To feel more confident, one needs to develop their self-belief. Belief in oneself, which means can you take action? And can you do so knowing that you'll get at least somewhat better than the last time you took that action?
You're going to fail and you might get hurt, and then your confidence is going to dip. You're going to feel worse about yourself because you just went and tried and you weren't able to yet. Hey everybody, it's Bianca.
And this is Emilia.
And welcome to another episode of Evolve Ventures, where we are helping growth-minded humans evolve by breaking one limiting belief at a time. We hope you enjoyed the last episode, 185, Motivation Monday. Why are the people in your life? We dove in that episode about why the people we chose to be in our lives are there, and what were some of the things that helped us to choose them to be there, making it a proactive choice so that, we can be the best that we can be. So if you want help on, how to pick the right people for you, maybe how to start getting rid of some of the not so great ones, head on over to that episode. For today, 186, the key to start feeling more confident. Confidence is something that I think is so misunderstood. Like, there's this belief that you're confident or you're not. You're really, popular, whatever, or you're not. You're very charismatic or you're not. It's this very black and white, like binary belief of, well, I'm not that thing, so there's nothing I can do about it. And what we're going to dive into in this episode is there are strategies for building that. There are strategies for feeling more confident, for feeling better about yourself, for feeling like you have a greater sense of self-worth and of self-belief. And how do you actually start doing that? And here's the thing. I have done this. That's why I know it works. So like Emilia and I are both under the mindset and under the framework that we do not give tools that we have not done ourselves, that we would not do ourselves, that we have not tested and know that they work. I'm not one of those people who's like, do as I say, not as I do. Definitely. Not even remotely. I'll do it first. And if I don't think it works, I won't assign it. Yeah. So learning how to change my own life, right? Learning how to become like the person that I am today. Granted, I'm not the most confident person in the world. I don't have the highest sense of self-worth and whatever, but me now versus me 5 years ago, it's like not even the same person. Literally, it's like not even the same person. I've built such a sense of confidence in my ability to do things. Emilia and I actually were talking about this earlier because I was saying, it's so interesting. I'm in a place in my life where I really believe that I can do anything I want to. Like if you give me an assignment, if you give me something to do, just give me a little guidance, give me a little feedback, but I know I can do it. I believe, I have that self-belief of like, I can get it done. And I know for a fact, the only reason I can do that is because of what we're going to be talking about today. So yeah, it's going to be a goodie. So let's dive in.
So where I want to start this episode, I had actually not thought to bring in this part, but I do really want to bring this in. So last night, Alan and I were having a conversation. And for those of you who are new to Evolve, Alan is my partner. My romantic, my man. And he and I were kind of chatting a little bit, having deep conversations, one of my love languages. And he had said something to me that really struck me, and it kind of connected some of the dots that I want to bring forward to help everyone in this episode really start to feel more confident about themselves, because I never really realized how much this is something that and these are other people's words, how much I exude confidence. And like exude is like that word, which like whether that's a good visual for you or not, but like I I was talking about it with him, and he was giving me feedback about how post an event that we all had just gone to, how much there was really some words of affirmation, beautiful words of affirmation that I've received from other people, really commenting on this component that a lot of people don't necessarily categorize to what you had said, B, as confidence, but it 1000% falls underneath this. So like, Emilia, you have amazing energy. Like your energy, like it's just, your presence is unbelievable. Like some of those statements, when I met you in person, I felt starstruck, or I literally like couldn't believe like I would, like we were together. Like there's some of those things that I'm getting, which I'm so grateful for. And I've heard that in many different forms in my entire life. And now I'm really starting to kind of break it down into a science that can help other people feel more confident, because I didn't know this was what we call an unconscious competency, meaning it's really easy for me to feel confident. Why is that? And what is the difference between that type of confidence that's like honestly radiating from inwardly versus the ego one of like arrogant confident of like, yeah, like I own this world, you know, like kind of that, you know, picture the sideways hat, arm on the steering wheel, high school kid, kind of extremely arrogant, right? So that's what I call false sense of confidence versus the confidence that I'm talking about that other people are now beautifully recognizing and giving back to me, which is so weird and uncomfortable. And it's amazing, is the inwardly built confidence. And that's what we're going to talk about on this episode, which is confidence that is built, like you said, B. It's a strategy. It's a science. We can all tap into it. And it's really just a series of steps that I've been doing since I was really, really young. And that's what's really exciting about this is anyone that doesn't feel confident, number one, it's not an all or nothing mindset to what you had said. There's different scales. There's areas that in my life, I don't really feel 10 out of 10 level of confidence at, right? Like my ability to maybe, let's say, squat 250 pounds, I don't really feel confident in that arena yet. I have a growth mindset to that. I believe in my ability, like you were saying, which is a key component for this. To feel more confident, one needs to develop their self-belief. Belief in oneself, which means, can you take action? And can you do so knowing that you'll get at least somewhat better than the last time you took that action? And cultivating self-belief is a process, but it's not the only step of this. So B, I know there was a couple things that you wanted to pull into this. So let's start there.
Guys, we're going to make this wicked simple for everyone. Okay. Wicked. I'm such a New Englander. Oh my God. We're going to make this incredibly simple. Okay. This is going to be a 2-step process. If you follow these 2 steps and you really put the attempt in, you will start to notice your confidence grow and get better. Okay. So the first one is something we've talked about on this show multiple times, but I really want to highlight it here again. The number one way that you start to build confidence, that you start to build this increased sense of self and self-worth and a belief that you're capable of doing things is by actually going out there and trying to do things. So, you just said the example of squatting 250, right? Let's say someone has never been to the gym before, or they're a beginner. And you're like, you know what? I see these people all over social media. I think it's really cool that they're able to do that. Like, I want to feel strong. I want to lift heavy. I want to squat 250. That's my goal. Awesome. Cool. How do you actually go about doing that? Well, you don't go to the gym and just try to squat 250. Because what's going to happen? You're going to fail and you might get hurt, and then your confidence is going to dip. You're going to feel worse about yourself because you just went and tried and you weren't able to yet. So how do you actually do that? Small, little, actionable steps. So what would that look like in this arena? Okay, let's say that you've never been to the gym before and your goal is to squat 250. What would you actually do? Maybe the first thing is just finding a gym that you like around you. Finding somewhere that you can go that you're going to feel safe enough to go, that's probably close to where you live, so you're not having to drive an hour out of your way to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And maybe, maybe some of your friends or some people that you know go there. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm not alone. That's a step. What would another step be? Okay, going once. Mm-hmm. Getting a feel for it. Seeing how you like it. Seeing, what's the energy? What's the vibe? Can I stay here? Then you go, maybe the next day, you put the bar on your back, right? So a squat is you have a barbell, a 45-pound barbell, you put it on your back, you squat down and up, right? Maybe you just try that. Try it a couple times. Cool. You did it. Awesome. Then you go back the next time, you add 5 pounds to the bar. You get that. Awesome. You're feeling great. You're like, I'm here. I'm doing this thing. I'm putting in the effort. I'm trying. Mm. You put in the effort. Awesome. Next time you do it, you get 10. Maybe you stay there for a little bit, but eventually you go up. Eventually you go up. It's not sexy. It's not this razzle dazzle like bullshit that you see all over the place of how to actually build confidence. It is that simple. You set a goal and you take baby steps to get there. It's not sexy, but that's how it works. Mm-hmm. This next thing, the step number 2, is something that I kind of intuitively knew, but it didn't really sink in until Emilia said it. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's part of that. And I didn't even realize it, but that makes so much sense. So once you actually start going and taking that effort and doing that thing, and you notice you're starting to feel good about yourself, this is when you do this next step. So Em, what is step number 2?
And I'm curious because I'm going to switch this back to you, because whatever way in which I said that, I want you to try to recall so that our listeners can listen to it. What you just talked about, which is, I want to start with step number 1, the finding, say if you've never been to the gym before and you want to feel more confident, right? You want to feel more confident. That's the result. That's the goal, right? Okay, first step, baby, first step. Find a gym around you. I had a client that moved all the way to Texas, and we went through this. Find a gym near you. That's the first step. Cool. That's what I consider the building confidence. What a lot of us miss if we are taking those actions, which is why we don't end up feeling confident. In the feeling bucket, there's this crucial thing that happens that I didn't realize, but everyone really, really needs to cultivate more if they want that goal of feeling confident. And what happens is after you checked off this little small step, for you, it might be a big step. You do what I call self-assignment. So in that you gave an example of awesome, I did it. Yeah. Right? Pat on the back, high five to self. It's assigning it back to self. This is what I'm talking about. That confidence radiating from the inward out is that I just helped myself do that. In that moment when you're celebrating, cool, I just found a gym. Mm-hmm. You're assigning it back to yourself. So the build part now can transform to a feel part, and no one can take that away from you. And that is what we call self-assignment. So my question to you, the second step, which is literally just a feedback loop of build, i.e. take action. Boom. Self-assign, feel. It transforms from the build to the feel confident. What did I say in that out of the mud that really helped it land for you? And or you said you already knew this stuff, but it really, really solidified for you.
It wasn't necessarily the way you said it, but it was kind of just you saying that I was like, oh, wait, yeah. So even just in the way that I had explained it in the beginning of this episode, it's I'm kind of saying it, but I didn't realize I said it.
Exactly.
And then you said that. You're like, no, but you got to recognize that. You got to call that out more explicitly. I'm like, oh, yeah, I literally just did that without even realizing I did it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what gets everyone so much further away from actually feeling the confidence that they've built,
Yeah, because you're not giving yourself the credit. Here's what most of us do. This is why most of us don't actually build beliefs, because we'll do something and our mind. So this is where core beliefs come into play. And this is a CBT concept. We're not going to dive super deep into it. But you do something. What our brain will do is it will try to justify reasons why that happened that fit into the negative core belief that we have, the belief of self. So let's say that I have a belief that I'm not competent and I'm able to go sign up for the gym. What most people will do is, oh, well, that's an easy step. Why should I celebrate myself for that? That's too simple. You did the thing. Right. You did the thing. This is why that second component is so important. Because our brain will rationalize, it will justify, it will minimize, it will blow up the negative parts of us. It'll literally do anything and everything to keep that one crappy belief that we have about ourselves. Because it's safe. It's safer that way. So if you are trying to build belief, if you're trying to build better self-confidence, better self-esteem, better self-worth, all of these incredible things, it's number one, going and trying to do that thing. What's the thing that you're scared of? Is it going up to someone and talking to them? Is it trying a new workout plan? Is it going to a restaurant by yourself? Is it, trying a new hobby? Whatever, right? What is that thing? Go try it. And I know easier said than done, right? Like, oh, just do it. If you want help actually figuring out how to do it, that's where Emilia and I come in. We can sit one-on-one with you and really dive into, coming up with a plan for you of how to actually do it. But to be as simplistic as I can right now, do the thing. Baby step your way up to it. The way you walk a mile is one step at a time, right? Eventually you get to the mile. But the second component of it, which honestly I think is more important than the first one, is giving yourself the credit where it's due. Giving it to yourself that you did it. There's a video of me, and I was at the gym with Alan and Emilia, and it was when I broke my 315 squat. I had finally hit it, right? And in the video, I love that video. I literally watch it all the time. It's
Minus
ridiculous.
But
Alan is spotting me. And so he's behind me, basically making sure that I don't hurt myself or drop the bar or anything. And he's behind me. Emilia's recording, and I do the lift and I finish it and I rack the bar. And I just started screaming and I'm ripping the bar. And I was like, let's go. Let's go. That was me giving myself that credit.
You self-assigned that shit back to you.
I self-assigned it. I was like, I did that. Nobody else did that. Nobody squatted it for me. Nobody helped me. Alan didn't touch the bar. That was me. I did that.
Hell yeah.
And when you can do that, when you can give yourself that, it makes it that much easier to build that confidence and to try again the next time.
Literally. I didn't realize it, but that is something that I know I do better than anyone else. And if I'm in your corner, I know that I'm making sure I have a skill of if you're not assigning what is yours, what you have earned through that action back to you, I know your self-worth is probably in the tank as a result. No, you need to assign this. You will be feeling less confident if you're not owning what you've earned through your action. So I know that if you put Bianca and I in your corner, whether that's through coaching, listening to these podcasts twice a week, getting in Evolve Venture Society, you will be celebrating more of your wins, more than you ever had, I will say, in your life. You will self-assign the action back, and you'll be more willing to take another step in your evolved journey, which might have at one point to your younger self, but would have been terrifying because you had a lower level of self-worth, i.e. lower level of confidence, because no one ever taught you to celebrate and give you that permission to celebrate the win. You earned that. I don't care how challenging or how easy it was. You took action. We will celebrate the F out of that. And we're celebrating you for taking the action, listening to this episode all the way till the almost end.
Emilia's popping off.
I literally get so excited because I see so many people, and you know what? I didn't realize it. It really is in that self-assignment part. Like action is absolutely everything. But I've seen so many people take action and still feel like crap about themselves. And I never really like, why is that? Because for me, I'm just over here like action, self-assignment. Action, self-assignment. Like here I am, no matter why I'm emanating, right? No wonder why I'm emanating this energy around people, and people like love it. It's because I'm just doing this, y'all. This is the formula. I'm talking like I really, really mean it. It's that simple. However, I understand it might not feel that way. And like Bianca said, that's where we come in. Let us teach you all the lessons of what not to do, some roadblocks that can get in the way, and let us help you kind of alleviate those. So again, in the show notes, as we say, as always, we have 30 minutes allocated in our time just for you, or in our calendar every single Saturday, just for you, the listener. B, what is your final takeaway and your episode suggestion for our listeners?
My final takeaway is that confidence is a skill. And if you want to learn the skill of confidence, little mini pivot, Evolve Ventures group coaching. We are a few days out from the launch of this, and there are still a few spots left. If you want to learn more hands-on, how to be more confident, how to feel better about yourself in your life, how to choose people for your life, and start working through those icky beliefs that you have about yourself. Evolve Ventures group coaching, we have made this so affordable, so easy to sign up for and to follow through. And the program in and of itself, you're going to be surrounded by other amazing people who are going to keep you accountable, who are going to cheer you on. It's going to be a team. So that is my takeaway. And episode suggestion for this is, oh my God, where's my thing? Number 113. Do you believe it's possible for you?
113. That's a good one. Really, really good one, because that talks, even it goes a little bit deeper in the limiting beliefs, the stuff. So like if you don't feel like it's possible for you to feel more confident, you're not going to work towards that, right? You're not going to sign up for group coaching if you don't feel that way, right? Like it's going to be something that you're like, no, that's not going to work for me, right? That's not true. That is what we call cognitive distortion and a limiting belief. We are here at Evolve Ventures to help you break those, because that is the ceiling of your potential. My episode suggestion is 131, another Motivation Monday, how to keep the promises you have made to yourself. And again, this is simple. It can get complex easy, but this is the thing. Making those promises and breaking them, two different worlds people are living in when they make and keep the promises and then self-assign it back to them, right? Those are the people that you want to be around. Those are the people that are going to be in group coaching. Those are the people that will be in this journey right there with you. So the link in the show notes to sign up for group coaching is also there. And as a listener of Evolve Ventures, you now have access to a special promo code that will get you 30% off the program, which comes down to, once you apply that, approximately $70 a month. Only $70. It's like unbelievable what we've been able to make. And we have payment plans and everything, but the promo code is Evolve Listener, all one word. The link to sign up will be in the show notes. Do not wait. When you are listening to this, the Thursday that this drops, we literally will be having our first group coaching kickoff 1 week from now. And registration closes the day before. We will not be letting one in after that registration date closes. So do not wait. Get your group coaching on right now. Click the link in the show notes, and we literally cannot wait to see you there.
Bye, everybody.